Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, today we're going to talk about karma. Karma. Karma is one of the universal laws, cause and effect. Okay, now before we get started, I just want to start off by saying welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you being here. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for your comments. I read them every evening. I really enjoy reading them. It just lets me know how you feel about these messages. And thank you for your letters and your donations. I appreciate it so much. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, I have begun answering your questions. So at the end of this video, I will show you a link where you can ask your questions. And I will either answer through the email or I'll answer them online. Okay? And an added feature, for those of you who are interested in these hats, there's a link in the description where you can purchase them. Okay? So now let's get started with this message. Karma. You know, many times and many people believe that whatever they do in life, there's no consequences. And there are. It's a universal law and you cannot get away from it. Whatever you do in life is going to come back to you. Whatever you sow is what you will reap. Okay? And that is the truth. A lot of people don't believe that. There are some people who believe that they can go out here and do things, whether it's to hurt somebody, harm somebody, or whatever, and sweep it under the rug. Maybe they'll go to their houses of worship and pray about it and ask forgiveness and all that. But believe me, when that karma wheel comes back around, it's going to reward you for your deeds. And I don't care how much you pray about it. It's a universal law. You cannot avoid karma. Now, karma can either be good or not. It's according to your works. You see, you are in charge of this. Nobody else. You are. You see, there are people who do these mischievous deeds, and because they got away with it, and they think nobody knows, you're going to pay for that. You are going to pay for that deed. And when that karma wheel comes back around to pay you for your deed, many times, most times, it comes stronger than whatever you did. Okay, for instance, let's say this. For instance, you're walking down the street and you see a homeless person. You may want to give the homeless person $5. Maybe you don't have that much money, or maybe you do. But you want to give it to them out of your heart. You want to help somebody. Okay. When the karma wheel comes back around, you may find yourself with $50. You understand? It may just come out of nowhere. That's the way that karma works. Now, on the other hand, you go out and you take advantage of somebody. You see? And you got away with it. Don't nobody know, the person that you took advantage of, they're hurt. Believe me, when that cycle comes back around, you're going to get it worse than, you're going to get somebody to take more advantage of you than you did. You see, and it might not even be somebody. It may be a coincidence that makes you lose a lot, but you're going to pay for it. There's no way to get around it. It's a universal law. You understand? And that's why a lot of people, they have misery in their life and they don't know where it's coming from. They think maybe I'm cursed, the family is cursed, and, they don't know how to get out of it. Many times it's karma, and it's about you. It's about you. You create the reality that you want. You have that kind of power. See, people don't understand their power in this world. But the way that you think and the way that you believe about things creates your reality. And that means look around. Look around your environment. Is it happy? Is it plentiful? Abundant? If it's not, remember, it's all about you. You create your reality. Many times people out here looking for other people to create their reality for them. No. You create your own reality by the way that you believe and the way that you think. And the deeds that you do in this life, you will be rewarded for your deeds. You understand? So karma, when you hear karma, it's not a bad thing. A lot of people, when they think about karma, they think, oh my goodness, it's going to come and it's going to be terrible. It's only going to be terrible if you have been terrible. You understand? People, get this in your head. You are the one that is creating your own reality. So if you are living in poverty, you are creating it. It's you. You can't put it on your circumstances. It's not that. It's the way that you think. You have a poverty mentality. That's why you're in poverty. You think poor. You don't think wealth. You understand what I'm saying? And when the karma wheel comes back around, if you think in poverty, poverty is what you're going to have. Poverty is what you're going to have. If you want your life to change, you have to change. You have to change from the inside. From inside of you is where the power is. It's not outside. You see, people today, because of religion, people feel that they can just do whatever they want to do in life, you understand? Just like a deacon in church told me, mercy and grace. So whatever you do, if you pray for it, you can be forgiven, mercy and grace. Well, whoever you worship may forgive you for that. But this supersedes. It supersedes that. This is a universal law that you cannot get away from. I don't care who forgave you. You're still going to pay for your deeds. You're still going to pay for it. You understand? It's built into the universe. Certain laws you can't get away from, no matter what. And once you understand that, you can build a better life for yourself. No matter where you start. You could be sitting in your apartment and don't even have a job. You understand? You don't know how you're going to make it. You don't know how you're going to pay your bills. All you got to do is change the way you think about it. Change the way you think. And you will slowly see things change for you. But as long as you sit there and complain and excuses and blame others for your situation, it will never change. It would never change. I know before I became spiritual and really took hold of these things, I was one to, when people would ask you like on New Year's, what's your New Year's resolution? What do you want for the new year? What do you expect for the new year to be? And My mindset was not correct. My mindset said the same like before. And every year, my life was the same like before. Until I changed the way that I thought about it and what I said. When I started saying, it's going to be a wonderful and abundant year, things started changing. But you got to believe it. You're not just saying out idle words. You got to believe it from within. You see? And you got to raise your vibration. You understand? It's very important that you do that. You got to meditate and go within. And if you pray, pray. But don't beg. Just ask for what you desire in your life. And do good deeds. Always do good deeds. I don't care how small it is, and even if it's your children, always do good. If you do good, good will come back to you. Good will come back to you. But if you're one of those sneaky people who think you can go out here and just do things undercover and nobody gonna see and nobody gonna know, believe me, the divine sees all and knows all. You can't escape it. And you will pay for it. You will pay for it. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not in charge of the karma wheel. I know it comes around. I can't tell you exactly when it comes around, but it comes around. And I believe that if you work on yourself, start loving yourself, raise your vibration, and do good. Do good. Always. Don't talk negative. Always talk positive about whatever the things you want, whatever things that need to be done. Always think positive. And when challenges come into your life, remember, they're just lessons. Once you learn the lesson, you won't repeat it. You see, this life is about lessons and blessings. Once you understand that, you can live a better life. Just by living that way, you will see that your life can improve. Now, I do have a few letters that came in that I want to address here. And it is about what you sow is what you reap. What you sow in this life is always going to be what you reap. Okay, so let's start with one of these letters. All right, this is from a young lady who is 61 years old. Although most people think I'm a lot younger. Oh, that's great. I met a man online who is 68 years old. When I look at him, I can tell he was tall and handsome back in the day. But in today's world, I'm not really attracted to him since he's aged. Smokes, obviously a drinker behind closed doors, and although I asked him if he was disabled before meeting him, he lied and said no, but showed up struggling to walk, using a cane from a bad knee surgery, and also a prostate cancer survivor. Yeah, well, you know, when you meet a man, he doesn't want to lay all of his cards on the table because he is trying to impress you, you know, but eventually it's going to come out, so you might as well tell it all in the beginning. Okay? This was too much for me. Being a young, active 61-year-old, apparently his job with a major airline came to an end when they forced him to retire. I guess so, if he had cancer and a bad knee, he couldn't fly with that. All right, apparently he's one of those guys whose job is tied to his manhood. And on our first date, he literally talked about his job for what felt like 10 hours straight, non-stop, and does this every time I see him. Like he's a little psychotic. Well, no, not necessarily. You see, unfortunately, there are people who believe that they are whatever their job is. And if the job ends, they don't feel like they're nothing because they put all of themselves into that job. You see? And that's why he's talking about it, because that's when he feels like that's when he was at his best. It's the same thing when people talk about their college days or their high school days or whatever like that. They feel like that was the best time in their life. And that's why they're stuck right there. Okay? I found him annoying, lonely, no life, and boring for the most part. Could tell back in the day he was a ladies' man. And his last woman, before she passed away from Thailand, and with him being ex-military, has been Mr. International sexually. He has 2 kids. I have never invited him over to my house because I don't believe in giving men my address anytime soon. I have been in his house a few times for dinner, eating his awful food. Okay, the way this is going, I don't even know why you bother me with this. Okay, here we go. I was slightly angered after using his restroom once because I saw a bottle of Viagra that looked deliberately placed so I can see it. I've known this man for almost a year now and have never kissed him because I'm not attracted to him like that. I almost feel a little embarrassed being out with him in public with his slow walking cane, and I feel like I get stares from people thinking I have to settle for that. Well, that's, for you to say that, that's in your own mind. So, people are probably not even thinking that. That's you thinking that. So, let's see what else you got to say about this man before I tell you what I think. Okay? He added me to his flight benefits, saving me over $1,000 on a trip I took last year, and he's taken me out more than a handful of times to nice restaurants for dinner. He's even called me a couple of times saying he missed me because we live about an hour and 15 minutes apart. I don't want to lie and say the same thing in return, so I just respond, "That's really nice of you to say." He's even drove up early one morning to take me to the hospital for my surgery, and I was going to stay at his house in his extra room while recovering, but he didn't invite me to, and also bring my small dog to his precious house that he obsessed with doing upgrade projects on nonstop. Well, that's his house. He can do what he wants. Okay? This forced me to have to spend $400 on doggy daycare and caught COVID at a skilled nursing facility, while on one occasion my dog was left at home with no food and water and medication for days because I still had not been discharged. Well, okay, you're complaining here about your dog. That this man didn't take your dog in, and he's not responsible for you or your dog, from what I see. Okay, let's keep going. I was mad because all of that could have been avoided if he didn't reject my dog coming with me to his house. That's his house and his rules. You can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at this man because he didn't want to take you. He didn't want to take your dog, I guess, while you went to the hospital. That's on you. Months ago, he did have an attitude with me when I asked to use his flight benefits to book a flight, and was trying to blow me off and not let me use it. I guess because I was making absolutely no effort to be involved or showed any interest in him. You're right about that. You're right about that. Men, if you don't show interest in them, why do you think that they will provide for you? You've already shown the man that you're not interested in him. But you still expect for him to provide for you. No. I thought it was shallow of him, but eventually he came through and gave you the flight benefit. Okay? To be honest with you, I only deal with him for any future use of his flight benefits and still not physically attracted to him, regardless of how much time I've spent hanging out with him on dinner and movie dates where he falls asleep anyway and is just not fun. Okay. All right. And you know what? The letter just goes on and on and on and on and on. But we can already see what's going on here, and it doesn't change here. Listen. You are just using this man for benefits. It's like a friend with benefits. But this man doesn't want that. He is interested in you. And you know that. And that's why you are taking advantage of him. That's all it is, pure and simple. You are using this man for what he can provide for you. You've already said you don't like him. It's not fair of you to take advantage of him. And you say in this letter here, I think you said, let me see. Okay, here, let me go to the end of this letter, what you say. Okay, I think because I'm independent with my home and college educated, this is his intimidated beta way of saying no, of saying do it yourself then, since you don't need a man. Well, look, okay, here we go. I think he really feels like if he hangs around long enough that something will happen between us. And he assumes I'm just the slow conservative side when it comes to men, which is not true. He's just not what I'm attracted to. I probably would have 25 years ago, when he was looking good. You see, that was only infatuation. You understand? If you think that you would have only been attracted to him by his appearance, that's nothing. That's nothing. Also, his health is bad, and he does nothing to stay healthy. Do you think I'm wrong for only staying in contact with this man for his flight benefits? You betcha. You betcha you're wrong on that. And karma is going to visit you for that. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. You're going to pay for that. There's no way you're going to get around it. You don't take advantage of people like that. You understand? This man is only doing it because, like you said, he thinks that maybe in the future you two can be together. Now, who's to know? He's hanging around. Maybe he's looking for a relationship and not just a situationship. But you are using this man. You are taking advantage of this man. And you would not want someone to do the same to you. But you better watch out, because it is coming back. Whatever you sow is what you're going to reap. And you are sowing deceit. You are sowing deceit. You know why this man is doing this to you, with you, or doing these things for you. Now he's pulling back because his intuition is telling him that you are using him. That's why he's pulling back. And he doesn't want to do it anymore. But because he cares for you and you just keep at him, he'll say yes. This is not a good thing. And you want my advice on this? Is to leave this man alone. And allow him to go and find somebody more suitable for him. Somebody who will care for him and not take advantage of him. You see? Now the thing about you and your dog or going wherever you got to go, whatever, this man is not obligated to provide for you. He wants to. He wants to. But I'm sure with your actions, you are showing him that you're not interested in having a relationship with him. You are just using him for his benefits. Ladies, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that because you'll pay for it. And I'm speaking again from experience. Because when I was young and not spiritual, I used men too. I used men for a lot of things. Trips, jewelry, whatever I needed in my home, all kind of stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. When that karma wheel came back around, I lost it all. I lost everything that I received from men, that I took advantage of men for. I lost it all. Just like that. And I had to start all over again. You understand? You don't know how this karma's going to come. But it's coming. And my advice to you is start healing yourself so that you can come out of this muck. You understand? If you got everything, you got your own home and your college educated and everything, what do you need him for anyway? Why are you using him? Just for his flight benefits? I'm sure you can afford a flight on your own. Don't take advantage of people. It's not a good thing. And see, when karma comes around, it's coming around to teach you a lesson. Not to do it again. Not to do it again. See, when the karma comes around for all of us, we want it to be wonderful. We want it to bring abundance and prosperity. You understand? And it won't do that unless you put out positive energy into the universe. You got to put out positive energy to get prosperity and abundance back. You understand? But yeah, I'm sorry to hear this on this letter. But yeah, you're wrong. You wanted to know here. Am I wrong? Yes. You are wrong to take advantage of that man. Okay? So now let's go to another letter. All right, this is another young lady. I have been with my fiance off and on for 9 years. He proposed after we got back together from a 2-year break. By then, I was already pregnant with his 3rd child. Throughout our relationship, he hasn't taken up for me in physical or verbal conflicts that he has been privy to. When he feels that he isn't getting enough attention, he cheats with other women that he met on the job. After we got engaged, he promised that it would not happen again. You know, all men promise that. A cheater is a cheater, always a cheater. Okay? When I started going back to school for my degree, he argued with me every day to put me down. He even started cheating again. And when I found out, he cancels our wedding because it's not the right time. And we should work on the relationship before getting married. You ought to be glad he canceled the wedding. Why would you want to marry a cheater? Think about that. What makes you think that he's going to stop cheating because he marries you? No. I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel with a selfish and envious man. I'm very beautiful, and let's just say he isn't really all that good looking, which is something he points out a lot. I feel like he is trying to destroy me, but I have 3 girls with him, and I'm financially dependent on him. Well, it sounds like you're screwed to me. You're screwed. I'm so lost. No more friends because he didn't like them. And my family doesn't speak to me anymore because they think I'm living some kind of luxurious life. What do I need to do next? What kind of man is this? Okay. All right, a couple of things in this letter. We can't look at the man. We got to look at you. You. You created this. You can't blame the man for this. This is all you. You had 3 kids by this man that has not committed to you at all. You just had his 3 babies. And for some reason, you feel like being married to him is going to make your life a whole lot better than what it is right now. When he's showing you that it's going to be the same, if not worse. If not worse. I don't see in this letter where this man is doing anything for you. But I see the issue being with you. You've laid your whole life in the palm of this man's hand. Your entire life you've given to this man to do with it what he wants to do. What he wants to do. Now, for you to say that you are financially dependent on the man, you didn't say whether you're living together or not. I guess that doesn't matter. But it's the fact that you are not independent. So, you have to do what he says. You have to live submissive to him. There's no way you can get around it unless you become independent. You see, he can do with you as he will. But the blame is on you. Not on what he's doing to you. You created this yourself. You understand? You did it. Put that through your head. Put that through your head. Because that's the only way that you can heal from it. You need to accept the blame for this. Go inside yourself and find your strength and your power again. And start working on yourself. And now your girls, I'm hoping that they're, getting older and maybe leaving or whatever. And I basically think it would be a mistake if you married him. I think that would be a mistake. You understand? If he is supporting you now, and if you want your life to change, you have to change. It's not on him. It's all about you. You understand? And this again, karma, whatever you accept is your life. You accepted this man doing whatever he does, you're going to get more of it. You understand? You are dependent on him. You're going to get more of that. More of that. It's not going to change until you change. I want you to understand this, ladies, because this is so very important. Don't look for other people to change so that your life will change. If you want it to change, the power is in you. Okay? Now, let me see if we have time for one more short letter. Okay? I am a 53-year-old woman with no siblings and one grown son. I was raised in a dysfunctional family with a loving mother being weak and my father being mean and now I believe a narcissist, liar, abusive, a manipulative cheater. He abused me and my mother mentally, emotionally, and physically all of our lives in different ways. I have never been in a meaningful relationship. I stayed in an abusive relationship for 15 years. These were my good years because I was in my early 20s. I've been with married men, men with girlfriends, separated men, and men in prison. Oh my goodness, you've run the gamut. I realized that I need to heal and try to love myself for sure. For sure. If you want to change your life around, you definitely got to love yourself. My question to you, should I just wait for my karma because I know I will reap what I sow, even though I honestly never wanted to ever hurt anyone? Or should I just be content with being alone for the rest of my life? Okay. Now, you asked a couple of things in there. You have the power to create the life that you want. Okay? I need for all women, everyone, not just women. I know I have men here too. That you can create the life that you want. Not the life that you have. You can create the life that you want. Now, if you've done negative things in your life, yeah, negativity will come back to pay you for that. Okay? But in the meantime, you need to heal yourself. You see? So, raise your vibration so that when the karma wheel comes back around, maybe it won't hit you as hard. Maybe just be a light challenge instead of a real stone wall, knock your walls down challenge. You understand? You need to go within and you need to heal. And in this video, I will put a link to 2 videos. One for you to raise your vibration and heal from a sister site that's called All Things Spiritual. I'm going to send you over there. And I'm also going to put how to heal. Okay? These 2 are very important. You got to go inside yourself and find your strength. You understand? And heal. Raise your vibration so that you can raise it above toxicity in the world. You understand? And this will help improve your life. This will help you to improve your life. Now, you probably did not heal from the narcissistic abuse that you suffered as a child. Therefore, that narcissistic behavior in other people will be in your life because you didn't heal. Once you heal from it, you won't repeat it. You understand? That's what healing does. It raises you up above toxic behavior so it doesn't affect you. And as long as you stay positive and love yourself, I tell you, your life will begin to change for the better. That's what you need to understand. Okay? Now, I hope that you all understand this message. And I hope that it can help someone. You understand? You don't have to sit in misery. No matter where your life is at this point in time, you can change it. by the way that you believe and the way that you think. And you must raise your vibration. It's very important. And your life can get better and better and better. And don't think that you got to run out here and do something. You got to run out here and do something else to make that happen. The power is within you. That's what I want you to understand. Okay? So, for those of you who have questions and you'd like me to respond to your questions, here it is. Send your questions in to MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. That's MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. And I will either answer your question through email, or I will read it on the air and answer it here, especially if I feel like your letter can help the collective. Now keep your letter short, 1 page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And for those of you who would rather me respond through the email, just put it at the top of the of your letter, and this way it'll just save some time and keep things rolling along. Okay, and be patient, because your response will be coming. So I thank you all for viewing this video. I thank you all for your support. I wish you all the very best life and full of happiness, and I hope to see you next time.